check it out, guys. We have our first layer of defense. Hey, what's up, my fellow teammates? Welcome back to another episode of our Let's Build series, where we try to create our very own redstone bunker. It is going really well so far. As you can see, my structure is not that bad. You guys gave me some awesome ideas in the last episode that I'll try to implement into this one. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and try to build up an interior, as well as maybe add in a wall. And to those of you who are saying a bunker is supposed to be underground, like I mentioned, we're going to have our house on top, which is going to be an entrance to the main bunker underneath, and the house is going to be a super defended house, which is also what I want on the map itself. Now guys, I really believe that this could be the most popular Let's Build I ever do, and to help me out with that, go down to the comment section down below, leave a comment down there, say something, suggest your ideas, and also don't forget to smack that like button. It only takes 1 second and I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, let's get started by first building up our floor. I think I'm going to make it completely out of quartz, as well as I will be adding in another layer to the wall, so you won't have these holes. There's no way someone could throw an ender pearl in there unless like they break down the wall itself. Alright, so that is the floor. As you can see, it is pretty much seamless. Now what I'm gonna do is work on adding in a hidden switch to activate our secret room, which I made on the last episode, so let's go ahead and do that. I dug out a 6x2 area right over here. That's also 2 blocks deeper, and yeah, now we can go ahead and build this, guys. What I want to do is destroy this block right over here, replace the bottom with obsidian so no one could kind of find a weak spot in our home. Once we have that, we place down a chest at the bottom of that and place down a hopper on top of that chest, a rail on top of that hopper, and finally we need to place down a minecart with a hopper on top of that rail. Now once we have that, we want to place down a comparator coming out of this hopper to give ourselves a signal, and we could jump and place that right over there. It's going to go into a dropper facing up, into another dropper facing this way, and another dropper facing this way, as well as a hopper going down into this dropper. Once we have that, we want to go ahead and place down another comparator right over here, going into another block, and then this block is going to have a bit of redstone next to it. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves some redstone and place this down right over here, after we place down some obsidian right over here, here, and there. There we go, place down a bit of redstone. We want to place down another block right over there, place down a repeater over here, and then finally another block over here with a bit of redstone on the top. Then we want to grab ourselves a sticky piston and then place this facing up right over there. And then finally we want to grab a block of our choice and place it on top of that sticky piston and then cover up the area, and that should be it. Now I think the final thing is of course to place down an item into this thing over here, so let's go ahead and do that. So it's this dropper, and it should go ahead and make the entire system work. So as you can see, it is now activated, and let's just test this out after we cover up the area. So let's do that. There we go. And now when we drop down an item right over there, it should go ahead and activate the entire thing. But I dropped down an entire stack for some reason because I'm dumb. Let's go ahead and grab that back. There we go. Grab all that stuff. Where's it going? Into that chest, I believe, or possibly into our item hopper. I'm not sure. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go ahead and try to drop down an item, and it should go ahead and deactivate that piston. I'm not sure why it's not working for some reason. Let's do it again. And that's a bit weird. Why isn't this piston being deactivated? Because I mean, there's no redstone signal being applied to it. So let's try this again. Okay, stick piston facing up. Destroy this bit of redstone. And what is powering this? That is so weird. Maybe there's a block over here. Oh, there's a block on this side. Okay, so we need to delete that block and then place our sticky piston facing up right over here with a bit of redstone yet again, and that should go ahead and make our system work properly. Okay, drop that down, and come on, you can do it. So let's drop one down again, and bam, there it is. That works. And now it's kind of stays down until we place down another item into it. And yes, that is quite lovely. Now what we could do is basically build a wall right over here, place down a lever right over there, or a block which is going to allow us to activate a lever, and then staircase this down into our system. So let's just break down a bunch of these blocks, and we could find our little input switch right over here, I believe. There we go. And we basically just need to connect this all up together. So let's go ahead and do that by breaking out all of these blocks. And this is going to be quite tricky. So this block comes down. Then we could activate a lever that's going to be right behind that block. And then it's going to allow us to activate this bit of redstone. It's going to activate this redstone repeater. So let's flick that and see how that works. Nope, that doesn't work like that. Maybe activate this bit of redstone. And then it's going to activate this repeater down here. And then it's going to activate this bit of redstone here, this repeater, and finally place a repeater over here, a repeater over here, and then a bit of redstone. And that should allow us to activate the entire system if we go ahead and just place a bit of redstone over here instead of a repeater. So now when we flick this lever, as you can see, we could go ahead and open up that door, and it just works really well. Okay, so I quite like that. It's not that bad, but I do think we need a button over here instead of a lever, which is going to be a little bit challenging considering we only have a few seconds. So we go over here, hit that button, jump down, and enter our secret room. Then hit this button to basically leave that secret room. So let's hit that again. Okay, so I made a mistake. If you guys are following along with me, be sure not to have any of the redstone touching any of these powered blocks that are turned on when the lights are activated, because they will open up the secret room when you hit that button, which is something that you don't want. Yet again, this is how the secret room works. You basically come on over to this wall, drop down a block, it opens up an area in the wall, you click on that button, and then the room opens up. You jump down when you do it in time, so let's try that again. Basically run and jump down into our secret room, and then here we are, and we could basically build anything down here that we would like, and then we could go ahead and basically hit this button and then pop back up to the top, and yeah, there you go. Now no one is going to know that this is over here when you reclose this area, and I quite like it. It's really nice. And now what we're gonna do is work on the interior and try to make this look like a normal house and cover up as much redstone as possible. So there you go, guys. I filled out the interior with our quartz block. Now you can see that we have a layer of obsidian between the two sections of our wall, and that's going to make our house extremely strong. Now what I have an idea for is to create an awesome defense system. Now as you can see, I have some iron blocks over here in the wall, and basically behind these iron blocks we have a bit of powered redstone, which is a byproduct of the light system that we have. And basically, guys, we could go ahead and place down anything next to this bit of redstone and it gets activated. So there we go. We now have some extra lights at the front door, and what I could do is actually add in a really cool system, which is going to be some arrow dispensers. So like I mentioned, anything that you place next to these iron blocks is going to get powered, so we're definitely going to use this to our advantage. Now what I'm going to do is basically add in some sticky pistons facing up right over here, and they will push up a block that's going to activate some dispensers, which is going to shoot out into the distance, which is going to be very good, and it's only going to work on this side, but I'll try to implement it into every single side of our structure itself without taking up too much room. But I think at the moment making it just on the left is good, because on this side we do have a bit of limit on space, which I don't think is actually that big of a limit, since we could, you know, add in some blocks over here as well. And then we could place down some sticky pistons on top of that, which will also get activated. But at the moment, the redstone is kind of broken on this side, and I'll try to fix that a bit later. But at the moment, that's going to be my idea. It's going to be kind of off-centered and not even, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. And maybe we could also add it in even back here. Oh, yeah, it actually does work. So, you know, forget it. It does work exactly like I wanted it to work. Okay, guys, so we're going to do this by basically adding in a roof, and after we add in the roof, we could add in redstone to the top section of it, and then add in our dispensers. Now, I'll show you guys how to do that in a second, but first things first, I do need to build a roof at the top of my structure, so I'll be right back after I do that. So, yeah. So I filled out the roof. As you can see, it is almost completely out of obsidian. Now we can go ahead and start building our dispense system. This is going to be quite simple. We just place down a block of our choice on top of our sticky pistons, grab ourselves some redstone repeaters, place it on the back of those and on the front of those, and that's basically going to allow us to, you know, grab a signal from that block whenever it's pushed up using our lights. And then we could go ahead and build a rapid signal on the back of this by basically placing down 2 blocks over here, as well as we do need some redstone torches. So let's go ahead and grab those. There we go. Some redstone torches right over here, here, and there. Place down some redstone all over in this area, and that should create a very rapid signal. And then we could go ahead and connect this up to these redstone repeaters right over here. And finally, we want to go ahead and add down another redstone repeater and set that to 2 ticks or 3 ticks to make that system work fine. So there we go, guys. That's going to be our rapid signal. Now at the end of these, we want to go ahead and place down an obsidian block on either one of these redstone repeaters, and then we could go ahead and place down 3 dispensers on every single side of this, and it should work really well. And actually, we could add in 4. How cool is that? So now we have like a bunch of our dispensers, and also what we could do is add in an on and off switch, which will basically allow us to turn off our arrow dispensers even though it's connected to our lights, which is going to be very essential if you don't want to turn on the lights and turn on your security system at the same time. Now to add in that input, let's go ahead and come down over here and place down a wall to block our pistons first and foremost, so we could go ahead and decide where we want our other wall to be. So now once we have that, we want to go ahead and place down a block over here, and when we place down a block over here, it's going to basically give us a indentation to the wall, which is just fine. It doesn't look that bad. And then on the back of this block, we could place down a redstone torch, a block on top of that, another redstone torch, a block on top of that, and then we could place down a repeater right over here, a repeater over here, and then basically connect this up to this input on this side, which is going to be really easy once we fill these blocks back in. Just place down a bunch of redstone, wrapping all the way around until it gets to this position, and then we could go ahead and place down a repeater, which is going to allow us to turn our entire system off. We just come back down into our house, grab ourselves a lever, and then place our lever on this wall, flick that lever, and it should go ahead and turn our dispensers off even though the lights are on. So what we need to do is also place down some lights in the wall right over here, and then we could go ahead and make the interior kind of lit up and not so bad. If you guys have another idea of what I should add into these input blocks that is activated when I turn on the lights, definitely tell me in the comment section down below. Maybe we could add in some dispensers to spawn down some iron golems, or maybe something else that's useful. I don't really know, but I'm still thinking about it, guys, and it's raining. But now we're going to go ahead and test out our arrow dispensers by adding in some arrows, of course, and we could do that by going into our creative menu. So let's go ahead and test this out, guys. We basically walk into our house and then turn on our button, which is already on, and then we flick this lever to activate our dispensers. So there we go, guys. It should go ahead and shoot some arrows. Oh my gosh, check it out. It's our first layer of defense, which is going to deter anyone from coming towards my home. That is awesome. So let's go back in there and turn it off before we waste too many of the arrows and have to replace them again. And now we could possibly focus on adding in some interior decorating. First things first, we need to add in a door to the front, which yet again, we could add in a password lock door, but that's for another episode. At the moment, I think adding in iron doors is just fine for the moment. And of course, I do need to break this in order to get in first. So I don't know, maybe we could add in a lever over here. That way, we don't need to, add in the entire system right now. We can just open it up using that basic lever. And on the interior, I want to make it look like a normal, nice house. And also, I don't want to cover up the area and the floor. And we need to go ahead and highlight this area because I don't want to forget that this is over here and then build over it. So let's go ahead and for the moment, add in some red wool. That way we could, identify the entrance to the secret room. Alright, so this is going to be the layout for my house. I basically walk into the front door. I get greeted with like a front area room. And then I walk into this area, which is going to be a place where we could add in a small kitchen if we like, as well as a bedroom on this side. And our entrance to our secret room is right over here. We have our armory, which is going to contain a bunch of armor stand swappers and a ton of redstone. Maybe an enchantment room right here in the middle, but not too much redstone considering that this is just a decoy house. The main base is going to be underneath, like I mentioned. Now, I'm going to go ahead and work on the bedroom as well as the front room, considering that we're not going to add in any redstone over here besides the ideas that you guys give me. For the front room as well as the entire house, I want to go ahead and add in these pillar quartz patterns, which I think is really cool. And to do this, you just want to go ahead and destroy every 2 blocks and place down a pillar quartz facing this way. And then you want to come back, destroy these blocks again, and place down a pillar quartz facing this way. And then it should create a really lovely pattern once you kind of make 4 of them in a circle like that. So as you can see, it is really nice. And I'm just going to go ahead and replace the entire floor with this design. Alright, so this is going to be the floor for my house. As you can see, it looks really nice. If you guys like it, tell me in the comment section down below. I think it's pretty amazing. I ended it before I put it into our armory because I think we could add in something just as interesting in here so we can make the house not look look all the same. Let's go ahead and start building up our bedroom now. What we want to do is go ahead and grab ourselves a bed, place down our bed right over here, and at the base of our bed, we'll have the entrance to our secret room. Place down 2 upside down quartz stairs right over here and right over here. Place down 2 right side up over there and 2 right side up over here, and also place down a crafting table as well as a furnace in these areas. And so far, I think that's definitely coming along. What we need to do now is basically replace these blocks with our quartz so it just blends in a bit better. And this block is just for lighting for the video, so don't worry about that. At the base on this end, we place on an anvil as well as one over here at the opposite side. We place down some oak leaves on top of those, and I think so far it's definitely coming together. What I want to do now is place down some item frames on top of our 2 little I don't know, utility items, I guess you would call them, and then place down some wooden trapdoors on this wall and right click on them to kind of make them go up and be nicely decorated on the wall. And it looks pretty interesting so far. Now we can go ahead and grab ourselves maybe some coal as well as maybe another item that, you know, we could use to represent our crafting table, which is going to be maybe a iron sword for sure. So there we go, guys. That is pretty much the bedroom so far. I'm not sure what else we could possibly add in. I'm not liking these trapdoors, to be honest. Maybe we could destroy one of them and leave the space in the middle empty and grab ourselves some fences or some ladders and see how that will work instead. So fences and ladders. I think the fences definitely work a bit better, and what we could also do is maybe randomize the blocks on the wall as well. And to do this, we want to go ahead and grab another block that's going to suit well with our quartz. And I think chisel quartz looks a bit interesting. So you know what? Let's try those. So chisel quartz right over here, here, and there, and that should definitely add in a pretty nice pattern onto the wall. Maybe we could add in our chisel quartz here, and instead of making it back and forth, we could just make it above the ladders as well as above the item frames, and that should be just fine. So there we go. That is going to be pretty good. Alright, so I think I finished up as much as the decoration I can so far. I added in a painting onto the wall, surrounded it on the sides with our chiseled quartz, which I think looks pretty interesting. I put some upside down staircases over here with a creeper head on top, as well as on this side I added in the same kind of painting with the chiseled quartz on the side as well. I added in another upside down staircase with a flower pot on top with a poppy this time, as well as I corrected the lighting glitch or whatever that was going on, and I added in a redstone lamp along with some banners in this corner, which is going to basically create a little area where we could just drop down our item and open up our secret room. And for some reason, I'm not sure why that's not opening up, but we can go ahead and fix that a little bit later in the video or in the series itself, and I'll come back and I'll show you guys why that's not working. But as you can see, the light is now working on the outside, so one problem is solved and another one begins. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to basically wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please take 1 second to smack the like button. Also, leave your suggestions down below. I really do read them all, and I try to implement them into my video. But yeah, guys, this was Twist, and I'll see you guys later.